with the working knee bent. Attitude can be performed to the front, en devant, to the side, and à la seconde, or to the back and derrière. In an attitude, the standing knee can be straight, it can be bent. The standing foot can be flat, or en demi, or full point, depending on the exercise or your choreography. I love an attitude when it comes to my workout because this is a great exercise for toning the back of the legs and the butt, particularly when you're performing attitude and derrière. You'll see this quite a lot in the Ballet Beautiful method. Sometimes I'm doing an attitude on the floor, on the mat, little lifts to the back are excellent for toning, but I also love an attitude and a standing series. If you add in a port de bras, then that gives you the ability for an extra bend and twist through the waist, which is also going to target your waist and your core. So depending on the position of your movement, you're gonna work a different series of ballet muscles. Attitude front takes quite a lot of strength and control through the abs and core as well. So I love that exercise for toning the full body. Look out for an attitude in your next ballet class. Pulling, stretching. This is great because ballet is all about extending the body through space. So tendu, you're taking one leg and you're stretching it out long. You could brush the leg to the front for a tendu front. So we have tendu front, tendu side, and of course, there's also a tendu back. Whatever the position is, just remember to keep that toe on the floor, stretch those legs nice and long. Dégagé is a movement where you're brushing the leg off of the floor. So tendu means to pull or to stretch, and dégagé means to disengage. So you're moving through your tendu into your dégagé as you brush the leg off of the floor. These are movements that you're going to use at the ballet bar. We're going to use them in the center for our Ballet Beautiful workout. Releve means raised. This is a movement in classical ballet where you're lifting the body up with the legs en demi or a full point, depending on your footwear. You can perform a releve on 2 feet with the knees straight. Here I am in first position. You can incorporate a plie, but a releve can be performed on 1 foot as well. So there's a lot of variation when it comes to a releve. From a fitness perspective, I love releves because they are a great way to tone the calves and the lower body. Plie releve in second position in the center or at the bar is an excellent exercise for toning through your calves, your thighs, and if you're also working your core. Releves can be performed on 2 feet, on 1 foot. There are tons and tons of variations on how to incorporate a releve into your ballet class or Ballet Beautiful workout. Susu means over, under. It's performed most typically in classical ballet starting from 5th position. The hips are open, toes turned out, heel to toe with the feet, engaged with the core. Susu can be done in a releve, so you can take a demi-plie, a bend of those knees, lifting up into 5th position, crossing the legs, crossing the feet, and a Susu can also be performed into a piqué, which you would do at the bar or even in the center. I love Susus because they tone the legs, they tone the butt, and they engage the core. So you're working a lot of your ballet muscles all at once. It's a position of the feet where the toe is the top of the ankle and the base of the calf. It can be performed to the front, devant, wrapped with the heel in front, the toe behind, or to the back and derrière. This is a position that you're going to be using in combination with other movements in your ballet class or a Ballet Beautiful workout. So you may see a coup de pied with a big brush to the side, and coup de pied front and back and front and back. I love this exercise because you're pulling up and out of the standing leg. you're engaging your core, you're opening through your hips, and you're really getting great toning for your legs, for your thighs, and for your core. So while it's a position of the foot, it can be used to work your entire body. The working leg is bent and the foot is in coup-de-pied, moving from the back to the front with a rapid movement. This is an exercise that you typically do later on in your bar work when the feet and the legs are nice and warm. I love the way that a petit battement tones through your core. It takes quite a lot of control, but also through the standing leg, you're pushing nice and long, you're working through your butt and derriere, and also through the thighs. The hips are open, it takes lots of control, and it's just a great overall toning exercise for the legs and the butt. In classical ballet, this is a movement that can be performed with the working foot and leg either on the floor, where you're brushing and moving in a circular motion, or off the floor, even on l'air. There are many variations of a rond de jambe. I love rond de jambes from a fitness perspective because they're toning your inner thighs. Both legs are straight. You're brushing, squeezing long through the legs and the inner thighs. And it's a wonderful exercise for toning your ballet muscles. What exactly is an arabesque and what does it look like? Basically, it's any time when you have that back leg straight, you want to pull in tight through the stomach, the standing knee can be straight, it can be bent, and then there's a variety of positions that we can do for the arms. First, second, third position in arabesque, what does that mean? Well, it's all about your port de bras, which again means carriage of the arms. First arabesque, you're stretching out long, the side arm is open here. You want to take that into second arabesque. I'm going to close and cross the arms, reaching across. Third arabesque, open those arms up. So this is the 3 basic positions in arabesque for your ballet class or your Ballet Beautiful workout. This is a movement that's going to be performed with a lot of energy, where you're transferring your weight from one leg onto another. The foot can be on point, on demi-point, even on flat, depending on the movement. There are tons of variations of piqués because it all depends on the position of the working leg. You can do a piqué into arabesque, a piqué into attitude, a piqué into passe, even a piqué turn where you're turning around. I love piqués because they let you really stretch those ballet muscles. The muscles are long, your standing knee is straight, and you're really extending and toning through that standing leg. Cambre means arch, and in ballet, this is a term that's used to describe a bend through the upper body. Cambres can be done to the front, to the side, and also to the back. You see them very often at the beginning of a ballet class as part of the warm-up. It's a great way to open up and stretch through the back, the shoulders, and the chest. And it's also great for building strength and control through your core and your upper body while working on building beautiful posture. I love cambres because they help release the tension, they stretch you out, but they also build control. An attitude is a classical ballet position performed with the working knee bent. Attitude can be performed to the front, en devant, to the side, and à la seconde, or to the back and derrière. In an attitude, the standing knee can be straight, it can be bent. The standing foot can be flat, or en demi, or full point, depending on the exercise or your choreography. I love an attitude when it comes to my workout because this is a great exercise for toning the back of the legs and the butt, particularly when you're performing attitude and derrière. You'll see this quite a lot in the Ballet Beautiful method. Sometimes I'm doing an attitude on the floor, on the mat. Little lifts to the back are excellent for toning, but I also love an attitude and a standing series. If you add in a port de bras, then that gives you the ability for an extra bend and twist through the waist, which is also going to target your waist and your core. So depending on the position of your movement, you're gonna work a different series of ballet muscles. Attitude front takes quite a lot of strength and control through the abs and core as well. So I love that exercise for toning the full body. It's a great exercise for toning the abs, the legs, and the butt, and also for getting your heart rate up. Typically, you would perform a grand battement in either third or fifth position. You can do a grand battement to the front, to the side, or to the back, using and pulling in with the stomach muscles and the core, stretching long through both legs, so you're working all of those ballet muscles in your legs and your butt. In ballet and Ballet Beautiful, we talk a lot about moving through our standing and our working legs. The standing leg is your supporting leg. It's the leg that's going to support the body while you do the movement. The leg can be straight, it can be bent. The foot can be flat, you can be on your half point or on full point. The working leg, by contrast, is the leg that is lifting, that's bending, that's performing the movement that we're doing. So in your Ballet Beautiful class, in your ballet workouts, you're going to be moving back and forth from your standing to your working leg, right to left on both sides. This is a connecting step that's most frequently used at the bar as part of the warm-up, and we also use them quite frequently in the Ballet Beautiful workout. Depending on your port de bras, you can add variation. You're bending and stretching the knees as you transfer the weight from one foot to the other. Tablier can be done on the floor and tendu with the toes down, but also off of the ground. I love tabliers because they provide great toning. We're bending and stretching the legs. So you're working the ballet muscles through your legs, through your butt, and also through your core. It's a great way to warm up your muscles, get your heart rate up, and get that awesome Ballet Beautiful toning. A balancé is a rocking step where the balance or the weight passes from one foot to another. So we'll go from the right to the left to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's always a nice rhythm in the movement. It can be done to the front, to the back, the knees straight, the legs straight. There's many variations when it comes to performing your balancé. From a fitness perspective, I love balancés because we're using your plie. It's got a nice dancey motion to it, and it's great for getting the heart rate up. Passé means past. In classical ballet, this is a position that's performed with the working knee bent, and the toe is going to move up and down that standing leg. The knee is going to come into a triangle position with the knee open, the hip open. You'll see a passé at the bar as part of your warm-up. The foot can be flat, it can be on demi-point. Oftentimes, you'll see passés in a piqué passé here or a piqué turn. That would be performed with the turn. Often in a pirouette as well. So you're lifting up and lowering from that passé position. We use a lot of passés in Ballet Beautiful because I love the way that this exercise targets and tones the legs. It engages the core, particularly when you're working on your demi-point. You have an even bigger range of motion. A pirouette is a turn on one leg. In classical ballet, pirouettes can be performed in a variety of positions. The most typical pirouette would be from fourth position. So you can take a tendu to the back and then stretch down into a lunge. In the balancing tradition, which is how I was trained, your front knee would be bent and the back knee is stretched long. You're going to stretch long with the front arm, looking all the way out over those fingers. Bend that front knee and just lift up and lower back down. In a more classical ballet or classical training, both knees would be bent as your preparation. Pirouettes can also be done in fifth position. We would begin in a tendu front, close to fifth, bend the knees, lift up and over. When it comes to turning, there's many, many variations, and it all depends on your starting and finishing position. In classical ballet, sauté is a type of jump, and the type of sauté that you're performing depends on the position of the body. There are many, many variations. You can do a sauté in arabesque, for example, and also as part of your petit allegro or small jumps, which are typically performed in the center of the room, but could also be done at the bar. So let's say you're doing sautés in first, second, and fifth position. Sautés are great for getting your heart rate up. They're excellent toning. So look out for a sauté in your next ballet class, Ballet Beautiful workout. Jeté means throwing or thrown. This is a jump in ballet, a step where you're brushing, you're bending and brushing as you jump up in the air to land down. There's several variations of a jeté. You could do one in petit allegro, where you're bending and you're brushing. And then there's also grand jeté, which is probably the most famous, a big leap through the air at the end of class or when you're on stage. Jetés are great because they take a lot of power, so they're really good for toning the legs. Of course, you have to use your core as well, and they're also going to get your heart rate up. Anytime you're jumping, that heart rate is going to go sky high. So look out for a jeté in your next ballet class, Ballet Beautiful workout.
Welcome back. We've got some more dancing for you today. And what I thought I'd start with today is chassés. Now, chassés is sort of like a transfer of weight. And so it does include a couple of things we've done already. And the great thing about chassés is you can do them at the bar or you can do them back in the center. So let's start. We're going to go back into our fifth position, or sort of, turned out position. Toes to the side, beautifully rolling our supporting legs out. And we're going to chassé, which is sort of like a plie transfer. So we go chassé forward, chassé back, chassé side, chassé side. We can chassé back and forward and to the side and to the side. So the great thing about chassés is it really means that you're transferring your weight. So, if you're doing your dishes and you want to put your dish to the other side, you can chassé and put the dish and chassé back and do your washing up, chassé into the chassé away. So chassés you can do all sorts of places. So let's just explain them one more time. So say we're going to be in first. We sort of plie, we transfer the leg forward and then you put your weight on top of that leg and then you stand on it. And then you plie, transfer back and you're up. So you can do it sideways too. So you chassé side, transfer, chassé side, transfer, and chassé forward, transfer, chassé back, transfer, chassé and chassé. And as I said, you can also do chassés away from the bar. So we can leave the kitchen bench and we can go chassé with the port-de-bras, chassé back, chassé with the port-de-bras to the side and back, chassé back, chassé forward, and finish your
muscles remember movement. So we're going to start in B+. The knees are together, the back leg is bent. Tambe means to fall. Okay, so it's a very graceful fall. You're coming from coupe and landing on your leg. So you're going to articulate your foot through the coupe out, and then you're going to fall on that foot. This back foot just comes off the ground. It's not super high. Then from here, you're going to do your pas de bourrée. Back, side, front. Pick up the back leg to go again. Tombe, pas de bourrée. Right? All right, let's go over that again. So you're coming through, fall on that front foot, close to susu back, step side, close front. Back leg comes through, fall, close susu, step side, close front. That's your tombe pas de bourrée to fifth. Let's talk about the arms, okay? So you're starting with your arms en bas. As you do the tombe, your arms are coming through first. They're going to open, palms up to second. Then they're going to turn over in second, susu, step side, come down, back to en bas for that fifth. Through first, open, turn over, come down.
劈开前腿，1、2、3、4，plie，pas de bourrée，点地，然后呢，圆到 port-de-bras， 做完之后，东北哒1哒哒2，反面3哒哒4，裤背旁腿，2到3杠6，走东北哒瑞哒8。然后呢 ，FSA 1、2，东北3哒哒4，不列的，在蹲上面做2倍4，好吧？第4 2倍4，然后拖拉，拖拉，拖拉一圈，呼吸，力，反一，上步，然后撤步，一个2倍4转一圈，反一，上步旁边 PK 2倍4下去，组合展示，
注意站好，注意女人一点儿。气质优雅一点。
金马中，
轻松，站下去，膝盖直的快点，来，很好，肌肉后背，站着呆住，呆住，呆住，立起来，非常好，来，四大，很好，轻快，轻快，轻快，脚趾很好，轻快，轻快，轻快，呆住，急。
直接按开始就行了。对，第5次，第6次，好了，呆住，从你心里撑开。注意节奏，2 and 撑开。1，撑开，1，按1，撑开，对了，然后胳膊肘，注意是直接打开，弯，注意头，按后背，注意这个头的连接，按呆住，弯，然后我们现在学下面的好吗？我们的后背我们的臂膀一定是通过你的背展开，而且你的左胳膊肘是拎住，弯，一定要是张力，哒，按，弯，7、2、3、8，一样，也是，这是柔，漂浮，按，然后胳膊肘弯，按的身体，按，从后背，这个张力是从你的后背。然后弯，然后弯，按的后背，你的后背是哪带动？你的心里带动。你听到这段音乐的这个感觉，按的后背，对了，你是从你的肩胛骨撑开，对了，推出去，然后最后一次弯，按，别忘了最后一次是手打开，弯，按。注意这个的胳膊肘，一到这儿了以后，同学到这儿以后看我的头，弯，它还有一下，等于到这儿看，哒，看见了吗？等于说不是一直接，而是有一个一弯，它都是逻辑一样，咱之前讲过都是冲1位手，对不对？然后到这儿，我们听一下音乐吧。很好，准备 ，1 2 1 2 1 屁股没了 1 2 头在哪儿？背反面，胳膊沉，胳膊拎，胳膊肘沉，胳膊肘拎 1 2 像 Tracy 所说的规律是什么？非常好，那你看前腿对不对？是换过来的前腿，你要弄清楚是哪个前腿是换过来的前腿，不是之前的前腿，清楚了好吗？手是什么？小二位，看我们的打开的那个前面的脚，然后啊，我们的手是哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒，我有什么变化？我们做没做在摆杆？对不对？一个，当然你不需要画圈，也就是胳膊肘沉，胳膊肘拎，胳膊肘沉，胳膊肘拎，这个在波伦威尔学派里面做的特别多，